get off your phone now. Get off, get off, get off your phone now. Get off, get off, get off your phone now. Get off, get off, get off your phone now. Ooh, get off your phone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fuck Your Phone, the show where we all try to kick our smartphone addiction together. My name is Kristen. I'm the host, and today my guest is Rana Khan. Rana and I grew up together and have known each other for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
So every week I ask a friend of mine to come on the show and do a no phone challenge before the show usually, and then tell me about their experience. Today, Rana we did our no phone challenge together, which we realized isn't a no phone challenge at all. It's amazing. It's a no phone gift to just hang out with your friend without your phone. But Rana had a mini no phone challenge right now while I had to go upstairs and go to the bathroom, and she was left in here by herself. What'd you think, Rana?
It was great. I was fine for a couple of seconds, and then I started exploring the room around me, and that was unexpected. I was like being a nosy Nelly, but it was fine. I mean, I was fine without the phone. And like, I feel like after not having the phone for a few hours, it was less awkward. I didn't feel, I mean, I was being nosy, but like I wasn't looking for my phone. You know what I mean?
I know, but you know what was awesome? Coming back down, I came in and I saw Rana and she's like standing up and moving around the room. And I'm like, I feel like we used to do that so much more. Because now you expect to leave somebody and come back and they're just in the same exact position that you left them. They haven't fucking moved. They're just sitting, but you were exploring the room. You were using your senses.
I was. It was great.
I'm so happy you had a mini
I
actual challenge. Because our no phone gift, which I'm actually just going to call them a no phone gift now, was just lovely.
It was so nice.
All we did was like meet up together. Let's walk around Central Park for a few hours, go get dinner.
Yes.
And there were a few times that we reached for our phone.
One was when we saw the writing on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Which
Work in
was
progress.
So nice.
I know. And we both wanted to take it. We both at the same time had the instinct of like,
we
take
both
a
like
picture.
paused and we're like, look at the street.
Yeah.
And then when we were at the lake and like it seemed like the lights had just gone on, it was so beautiful.
But the function both times would have been for a camera, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, wait, dinner?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I reached for my phone because I wanted to make sure I had all my belongings with me.
Yeah.
And we had just paid, so I like put my credit card away, put the wallet away, and then like was putting my coat on and I was like, wait, where's my phone? But then like I was like, I don't have my phone, which is a good thing.
Yeah. My one like completely mindless reach moment when you went into the bathroom and I was just like, oh, I'm here by myself for a second. And like I reached into my pocket and I'm like, oh, I don't have my phone.
Right.
But like that's like just immediately the second you left me, it was like, phone? Where is it?
It's like we can't be alone with ourselves.
We can't. We had such a good time being together. We were walking around. We're like, I feel like we're walking around in the 90s.
Yes.
Like it felt like we were in the night. It felt like how we were when we were in high school. And when we grew up, I know that this is a big thing that people talk about right now, but it really is real. When we grew up and you were at a party or at someone's house or hanging out with that person for the night, you knew that that's all that was happening. You knew you had their undivided attention.
Yeah.
You knew they weren't thinking about 15 other people or texting 3 other people or on different groups. Maybe somebody was getting paged.
Right.
And then everybody knew that they needed to find a phone. But like, it was such a nice, I don't know what the feeling is. Like there's a word for it, like freeing. I'm going to think about this one and get back to you guys on this.
Yeah.
But there is a word for it. You feel like untethered or something.
Correct. But it's also just like being in the moment, right? Like you're living that experience truly. I don't know who shared this with me, but it's creating the memory.
Yeah.
It's actually creating the memory of being present in that moment. And so like I had never been to that area of Central Park we were in tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am here completely untethered, completely not distracted by anything else. And I just get to take this all in, which was like fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I had never been there before. I've lived here most of my life. So like I've been to Central Park like a million times.
I do recommend it. Like go for a walk without your phone. I can't put a word on it yet. I'm going to really think about like what word describes it, but there is a word for like, nobody can get to me right now.
Yeah.
No one's disrupting this. And when you have your phone, it's like an anchor.
Yeah.
It feels like heavy in my pocket.
Yeah.
There's like stuff going on that I feel like I have to check on. And I didn't have that at all. The phone is just gone. It's at home. There's nothing there.
Yeah. We're like off the grid.
Yeah. And we were there like when it was starting to get dark. And we both remember when like growing up, you'd be like, you can't go in Central Park and
we were there.
Night.
Lights were on.
But you can go to Central Park at night.
Fine, guys.
One of the things I was saying to Rana is like having somebody's like full blown undivided attention is amazing. And I know people are worried that these days with like the effects of smartphones and social media and gaming and all those things. And the research is out, like it causes anxiety, it causes depression, and causes sleep disturbances, and more severe in some cases. And now with AI coming out, everybody's like AI, worried about AI. So those are all really important topics. And I do want to dive into them in different episodes. But today, the thing that I really want to talk about is how your phone use affects the people that you're with. In my research, I called this secondhand disconnection. It's the involuntary feeling of being disconnected from people. And it's just like secondhand smoke. It's like, if if you want to smoke, no problem, smoke. Like I have no qualms against anybody doing things that are bad for them, for themselves. But it's when your behavior is affecting the people around you. So when smoke became dangerous for the people around other people,
Right.
when your smoking is actually affecting my health, that's when it became a problem.
Right.
That's when restaurants changed their rules and bars and, everywhere, stores. So I think that secondhand disconnection is more of a problem than we're aware of.
Yeah.
There's a researcher called Brandon McDaniel, and he coined the term technoference, which is everyday interruptions caused by our digital devices. And I think that these technoferences cause secondhand disconnection. And so it's something that I don't think that people think about that often, and they're so micro, especially if somebody's sharing something like important,
Of
or
course.
vulnerable.
Yes.
And like, even if your phone buzzes, it can make the person feel like not seen or heard.
Yeah.
Because connection is the feeling of being seen and heard, right?
Yeah.
And if somebody's not seeing you or hearing you, or they're just like, you're talking about something important and they just turn their head away, that teeny tiny moment means something.
Yeah. Microaggression.
Yeah, that little microaggression.
Microaggression.
It means something.
It does.
And some people are more sensitive to it. We talked about this before too. So some people are really, really sensitive to other people's behavior. Some people don't notice. Sometimes it's not a big deal. Like if I'm out with a friend and we're on a walk and somebody's just checking their phone, it's not that big of a deal. But if I'm sharing, like if I'm talking to you about something that's important, I'm very conscious because I'm sensitive. I'm one of those people who's pretty sensitive to like, oh, this person's not paying attention to me right now. And then it just kind of makes you feel like, oh, they're not here.
Or it's like we lost that little part of the conversation, and like,
Yeah.
but it's important to the whole conversation. So I do think it's important. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like the fluency of a conversation is important.
Yes.
Is that little hiccup? I know it seems like no big deal, but I think we all do it constantly. We'll just be like, oh, I don't even remember what I was talking about.
The other thing is I feel that I've been the distractor and the distraction or distracted.
Mm-hmm.
And so where someone was talking to me, but they were very conscious about their phone. And so I felt like they weren't present. But I've also caught myself being that person who is on their phone when someone's talking to me. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't present. I'm half listening.
Yeah.
And so I've like caught myself in that way. So I understand it from both perspectives.
I think we all do that. Like
We all
we're all
do
the
it.
person who's distracted, and we're all the person who's like,
Correct.
hey, why aren't you paying attention to me? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's always intentional. But I do think like the more we're on our phones, the more likely it's going to happen, right? And so I also like am very aware that like we're going to become numb to it a little bit, right?
We already are.
We already are.
Well, it's socially acceptable. And I think that we kind of have to be like, hey, wait, maybe this shouldn't be socially acceptable.
Right.
You were talking before about like your sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And their family is like really good about keeping their phones
They are.
away.
So we were at dinner one time and my partner was not at dinner with us. And so I think maybe I was distracted by that. But I had my phone on the table and no one else did. And my sister told me, my sister-in-law's family is not used to that. Usually when they're at the dinner table, there's no phones on the table. But she told me right after that, and it was an easy thing for me to fix and be mindful of because my sister-in-law is really important to me and I want to make sure she feels welcome in our family.
Yeah.
And I love the feedback in real time.
It's great that she told you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because like I think it's hard to say to somebody, hey, I don't love when you have your phone out.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that with like a friend or somebody that you don't know that well or and so it's like a good thing to be mindful of it.
Yeah.
One thing I love, if I'm hanging out with somebody and someone says to me, hey, I'm really sorry, I just have to check a text message really quick, or hey, I'm really sorry, I'm waiting on a phone call, or it makes me feel so much. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know that when we're in the middle of a conversation and you just completely like disconnect, disengage what you're doing, because it's just so natural now.
It is
to disengage.
It is. We don't even think about it.
No. And listen, like, we're not expecting everybody to be off their phone all the time.
Right.
We can all make the decision ourselves on
Yeah.
what's bad for me and what I'm okay with. But when it affects the people that you're around, then it's an issue.
100%.
I just think it's important for us to be aware of how our phone use impacts the people around us.
Yeah.
And if you're using your phone around somebody and you're waiting for a text message, let them know that you're waiting.
Yeah.
And if somebody's sharing something really important with you or vulnerable with you, focus.
Yeah.
And I think the flip side of the like secondhand disconnection, spending time with somebody when they don't have their phone is like
incredible.
magical. And like not even just our phones are off or our phones are to the side. Phones are not with us.
Yes.
They're at home.
They were not on our person.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
I really do encourage everybody to go out and try it. Try it by yourself, try it on a walk, try it with a friend, because it just feels so good. Okay, so thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And Rana?
Now get off your fucking phone.
Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to tune in next week to see what the next No Phone Challenge will be. If you'd like to do a No Phone Challenge and be a guest on the show, you can contact me through my website, KristenRuane.com. You can also find my book on there. It's called Finding Victoria, and it has nothing to do with what this podcast is about. It's the story of a precocious little girl and her mother who calls a behavior analyst to help her untangle some of her daughter's challenging behaviors. Or if you're looking for a BCBA, you can schedule a session with me through my website.
Get off your phone.
What's up, everybody? Well, oh, wait.
Great start.
Shit. What am I trying to say? Trying to see how long it's been recording.
It wasn't recording at all.
So, there's Rana's head.
It's on my head.
Thanks very much for joining us tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Rana.
Now get off your fucking phone.
Yeah, but you got to say it to them.
Oh, do it again.